Eric, Governor Grace, kasamaan sa faculty at kapwa mag-aral. Kanina, tinatanong ko sa aking sarili kung paano nagsama ang College of Law at College of Social Work and Community Development sa isang activity katulad nito. Ako ay natutuwa bukod sa kayo ay neighbors. Ito ang aking natatandang kauna-unahang joint activity ng dalawang kolehiyo. And I realize that there is a logical reason for it, if not a theoretical reason. The College of Law is a college that analyzes the nature of the state and of the law, whereas the College of Social Work and Community Development is the college that nurtures and studies the participation of civil society. And these are the two worlds that are engaged when we talk about politics, state and civil society. Nabanggit sa akin ni Professor Elmer Ferrer ng kanyang puntahan sa bahay tungkol sa forum na ito, ng activity ito ay bunga ng isang matinding pangamba. Ang pangamba na karamihan sa ating mga estudyante, mga kabataan at maski na ang karaniwang mamamayan ay parang nawawalan na ng interest sa politika. Kung tatanungin mo sila tungkol sa mga umiiral na issues na ngayon, halos wala silang masabi. Hindi nila alam kung ano ang dapat nilang alamin at wala silang walang opinion sa maraming mga bagay. Sabi ko sa kanya, hindi na pagtataka yun. No? Sapagkat hindi madaling maging interesado sa politika. Lalong-lalo na sa mga lipunang katulad ng atin at sa panahong katulad ng ngayon. Subalit hindi ito unique sa Pilipinas. Kahit sa ibang bansa at sa ibang panahon, wala rin namang gaanong interes ng mga tao sa politika. Katunayan, mayroong isang famous na definition si St. Augustine sa state. Sabi niya, the state without justice is nothing so different, sabi niya, from a band of robbers that have been given the right to steal from the people, no? Which is sometimes so reminiscent of the kind of state that we have had, unfortunately, in our country. At best, ang politika seems like an annoying chore that has little value, no? So that many times people wonder why it is called a right, when in fact it is like a heavy obligation. Katulad ng panahon ni Marcos, halimbawa, compulsory ang voting, you could be penalized for not voting. So it was really more of an obligation than a right. No? At worst, politics looks like nothing more than a mechanism for stealing from the people in a legal way. Now, these impressions are consistent with an increasingly negative view of politics and government in the Philippines. Masdan lamang ninyo yung mga comments ng aking mga kabataan na interview dito sa video. No? Tingin nila ang gobyerno ay marumi, ang mga eleksyon are for sale, votes are not really counted. The majority of the people who cast their votes are uninformed about the issues, and elections are mainly a contest among celebrities. Why vote? Kung ganyan ang estado ng politika, it seems more logical not to vote. It seems more rational not to vote, because not to vote does not necessarily mean that you're not interested in politics. It may be that you want to try another method, no, in politics. For many of our people, actually, their indifference to politics is just the mirror image of their attitude towards living in this country in general. No? Survey after survey has shown that roughly about 20% of our people are just waiting to migrate and to change their citizenship and their nationality. In other words, they are voting with their feet. No? A few others may not want to go abroad, but are losing their faith and confidence in the peaceful way of changing our society. And many young people from the university at different periods in our nation's history indeed have chosen to go underground. A recent survey that I have seen, which was quoted by Mahar Manahas, comparing Southeast Asian beliefs in democracy, showed actually that the Philippines registered the lowest, interestingly, the lowest belief in the power of democracy to change our country. The highest, interestingly, are countries like Thailand and Indonesia and Vietnam, which are actually more recent democracies compared to ours. Now, that is really worrisome. Ibig sabihin nun, nawawala na tayo at talagang a massive erosion of our faith in the capacity of our democratic institutions, most especially our elections, in providing the mechanisms to our people to participate in the national life. That is truly worrisome because we lose interest and we lose confidence in our democratic institutions. What is left for us to do? Either we leave the country, or we go underground, or we retreat precisely into a kind of self-defeating indifference. I'm here and I welcome this opportunity precisely because the question that is being raised is why bother with politics at all? I mean, it's not just what is at stake in the 2010 elections. I think the more fundamental question is what is stake ba? What is at stake in politics? I suspect na ang karamihan sa ating mga kababayan talagang wala nang interes sa politika sapagkat marami sa kanila hindi nila nauunawaan kung ano ang layunin ng politika, ang ibig sabihin ng politika, kung ano ba ang pangako ng politika. What's the promise of politics? No? And actually in preparation for this, I did some readings. No? It's not really my line because I'm not in politics, but rather in sociology. And what came to me as extremely useful was a book by Hannah Arendt, a German philosopher. The book is entitled The Promise of Politics. No? And she reviewed there the basic concepts of politics based essentially on Platonic and Aristotelian writings on the nature of Greek politics. I was very pleasantly surprised that the word politics actually comes from the Greek word polis, P-O-L-I-S, which means the city-state. In other words, politics was an activity that was practiced in the Greek city-state. Politics, sabi niya, was the activity of free men, which to me is a very impressive definition. Politics is the activity of free men. Sabi ko, why men? Kaya the women are excluded. Well, yes, definitely in Aristotelian politics, in Greek politics, in the Greek city-state, unfortunately,